Hello and welcome. We are going to be talking all about minimum viable Kajabi in this training. So what is the minimum viable things that you need to do? What do you need to do in Kajabi to be able to launch? It may be less than you think. And I reckon if you go along with this video and the couple that I've done in the last few days before this, you could be up and running in Kajabi today, maybe tomorrow, but very, very quickly. I'm going to do the MVK, minimum viable Kajabi, in today's training. Hello, Sue here from the Unicorn Advisory, your resident Kajabi adorer and Kajabi nerd, online business strategist. I love all things related to online business tech and online business strategy, and I help course creators and membership owners get over the tech overwhelm and get your products selling so that you can create a profitable and sustainable online business using the power of digital products. I adore digital products and I adore all things that go along with it. Launching, Kajabi, tech, strategy, the lot. And I'm going to show you today how to do this minimum viable Kajabi. So I reckon we get into the training. So minimum viable Kajabi, there are just a few things that we've got to get done in the settings area if you haven't already set them up. The really good thing is that when you are in the settings, Kajabi is going to let you know if you've missed important steps. But the things that I would do, just go into your site details. If you have nothing else set up in Kajabi, like no website, no pages, that is actually okay. You do not need your website to be done. You don't even need a sales page. I'm going to show you how to do everything without a sales page. But what I would suggest that you do is come in here, go to this home page area. If you do not have a sales page or any other page, you're using the checkout sales page method that I'm going to show you, then come in here and make the direction. The home page is to show the library. So it will take people to their library when they try to log in. I'm going to show you how to customize the library and the login page, but that would be what I would suggest. Then you don't need to worry about any other pages, and you can sell just from that offer/checkout and then direct them to there. And you don't have to set up anything else. You can do that later. We're talking about minimum viable, get something up and sold as quickly as possible. You got all this stuff. You can edit all that in later. You can even though I don't recommend it, add your SEO information in later if you want to. That homepage is the most important. I would add your support email in here. Now, just a quick word about your subdomain and this title here. This title will be pulled into some of the automatic system emails that are going to go out from Kajabi. So at the moment, this is called Kajabi Partner Site. It should be called Sue's Partner Site or Unicorn Advisory Partner Site. You can also update this to be something, that you might not want. Sue Partners, probably a bit weird, so we might change it to Sue Unicorn. Sue Unicorn, why not? And so that will be the domain address that you give out to people. You can set up your custom domain, but you don't need to. This is minimum viable. So as long as you put something reasonable in there and you can cope with it saying my Kajabi in between the domain name and the .com, you are all good. So update that one so that it doesn't pick up. Quite often it might say like Sue McLaughlin's first site. You don't want to have Sue McLaughlin's first site going out in a system generated email. So just put your actual business name in there, make your subdomain the same as what your ultimate domain is going to be, is usually the best way to go. So we could make this, it's probably not going to let us though because this is on our actual main site. But our domain is the unicornadvisory.com. So I would make it the unicornadvisory.mykajabi.com, but that won't let me do that because we already have that on our actual site. So I'm just going to go back to sueunicorn.mykajabi.com. Okay, so I'm going to save this. So that's all you need to worry about. The title, the subdomain, and I would put in your support email. Don't worry about a support phone number. Don't worry about default currency. And all of that can be fixed up later. Then what I would do if you haven't already done it is come into your marketing settings and update the name of your company in here. This will go on the bottom of all your marketing emails. If you are sending out any email sequences, It is law to add your address. So just come and fill in your address. Kajabi's going to kind of make you do it. If you want your logo to go on the top of emails, fill that in here. Do not worry about changing this for the moment. This is just what the email, you can choose what this will show up as in your inbox. Make sure the from email is a real email, and then the reply to email is the email if someone hits reply on that email that you would like that to go to. So if someone goes, oh, that sounds interesting, reply, where do you want that to go? So if you do have like a customer service email or a hello email, you might want to put that into there. Do the custom domain later. It's perfectly fine now. This is minimum viable. All right, so those are the two main things. There are other things. I did a really quick run through of settings, and I will do another full one where I go into every part of the settings, but those would be the main things I would worry about just for this minimum viable. So we've got settings done. Next thing is our product. So you want to create something to sell. Now we've got two options. Option one is that you have already got your product. So if you've already got your product, we're going to go in here and create a product. So you can choose from any of these. Go back to the lesson where I went through how to create the product to get more information about how to go through and do that. So I usually recommend just doing a blank one. Just for a quick recap, all of these are exactly the same. They are just filled with different placeholder content from Kajabi. So Kajabi can show you how to structure it, but they're essentially exactly the same. Community is a little bit different, but you can use any of these and then change it to be what you want. So if you've got your course content ready, go to the lesson that I did around how to create a product and create your product. I am just going to show you though something really quickly under the products. So let's just pretend I've already got my product created because I did the lesson. Okay, so we've got our product. A couple of options that you can do if you don't yet have the content. So if you do have the content, great, get it all ready and you can be like, hey, here's my product, load all your videos up, etc. But you might want to do an offer where you're selling it before you make it to kind of test the market and see if there are people who will pay for your course. You might be doing a beta launch, a founding members launch, something like that where you are selling the program and then delivering it at a later date, which I highly recommend. Having gone down the path of spending 3 months building the most epic and amazing course in the world, and in my opinion, and then finding out that I did not work quite as I wanted it to because I had not validated it. Frustrating. But then doing founding members launch, that's when you get validation, a beta launch. You sell that, you tell people what is going to be in it, and you create it afterwards. So if that is the case, what I would recommend that you do, you don't need to worry about the content today to start selling. You can add that in later. And what you can actually do is come into this customize area in your course. This won't be with every theme, so make sure it's a Premier theme. And what we are going to do is we're going to come into the product syllabus and we're going to just turn it off. Goodbye. And what we are going to do instead is we're going to go to our welcome body, and we're going to turn that on. And, you can put some information. What I would suggest you do is do a video or just some text in here. We can put some text and just say, hey, hello and welcome. This course will officially launch on August 1st. We'll email you more details. You'd probably go into a little bit more detail than that. To the time. For now, join us. Join me in the Facebook group, and you could then link to your Facebook group. We can turn this call to action into a Facebook group link, or you could put a picture in here. You could put a video, whatever you wanted. You can put into here. We're going to put this up the top. We're going to get rid of this, and yeah, I would make this a little more interesting. I'm doing this, super quick. You can Make it how you want, but don't spend too much time on it. Minimum viable product, remember? Okay, so we've got that set up. You can put a picture. I would definitely suggest you could put a video in here. That would be really good if you are doing a beta, someone's paying you and they don't have anything yet, and you can welcome them in, let people know that you're really excited that they are joining you, and be like, all right, so for now we've got a Facebook group. You can come and join us, and you can ask any questions that you want. We're officially going to kick off on the 1st of August. And then, yeah, we'll send you an email. You'll get a link to this course. And when you come back on the 1st of August, your beautiful course will be here, or the first month content will be here. Whatever the case is, let them know what is going to happen. Yeah, and so you can put that in here. You can even, yeah, create a picture and link through to the Facebook group, whatever you would like. And then when you are ready, just come back to this product syllabus and turn it on. So it's just going to pop it in there. So use that as a really easy way to not have to do draft and all that kind of stuff. Just turn the syllabus off, and then on the day it's ready, just come in and turn it on. So that's your minimum viable course. If you do have the course content ready, then of course you can load it in and get that ready. It might take you a little bit longer, but you know, you'll still be able to get it done in a day, I'm sure. All right, so obviously you would, you know, make it look pretty, etc., but don't spend too much time. This is your minimum viable. All right, so that is your product. So you got a product, either load it up with content or that you will load up. And, you know, as long as you give yourself enough time to get all of that ready after people purchase. I'm just going to leave and not save that one. That is totally fine. The next thing that you need to do is update your library page and your login page. So these are pages that you might not think about, because when someone buys your course, like you're looking, you might be like, well, I don't need a website, so I don't need anything. But when someone buys your course, or when they log in to go and access it, even if you have this area here, they'll go through a couple of what I call gatekeeper pages, which is the login page and the library page. So just make sure that you take a look at those and just customize them a little bit. You can maybe change to your colors, fonts, update with an image or something like that, so it feels a little friendlier. So we are going to come into design. So there's two ways that you can find this. So we've got a few different themes down here. Kajabi have got different themes. You can go browse themes or theme store, either or. Play with something, get it kind of close to what you want it to be. There's a few different options. These are kind of like skins. So, you know, you can play around with all these different themes. They won't actually show up until you put it live. So we might change. We've had the Amelia one on our test account for a while. We're going to change. We're going to set the live theme to this one. So if you do create custom pages, they don't go in between, which is why I always recommend to do any pages outside of these sort of essential ones as landing pages, because that will not be impacted. All right, we've got a new page here. So we've got options here. We can go scroll through. I just think that takes too long. So personally, what I like to do is just go to pages. And what we want to look for is our library page and our login page. These are the two pages that you need, I guess, the two pages that people will see when they go to log into their product. So the firstly is the login page. So, you know, you might look at that and go, well, you know what, it's actually quite fine. You might want to come into the settings and go into the style guide. You can update the primary color. So the primary color is going to be for hyperlinks and different things like that. You can update your button color. So let's just say we want to make it orange. I quite like that blue actually. And you can also update your fonts. You can change your heading font, your body font colors. You can go through and update your, you know, different font colors for headings, body, etc. All those different things you can go and change. You can also, so that's in your settings, and that is going to update across the site anywhere where it is using like the site settings. So you can see that that has changed. Now in this login section, you might want to, in login, you might want to put an image in here. So if you don't have an image, it's just going to show like this. But if you do, it might be just a great place to add either a logo or your smiling face, or, you know, something that you can put into that area. You can create a graphic in Canva perhaps, or if you are doing minimum viable, just turn it off. It's going to turn off by default. And you can, you know, update these words. Like you can, instead of saying submit, you can say log me in. You can change the wording on login. So anywhere that you want to change anything, just click and it's going to take you to that spot. So All of these things can be customized and changed to what you want. You might want to update the header because this has got a logo in there. That is not. We're going to just change this, and we're going to change it to Sue. Hurrah! This side is called Sue. Or you could, update it with your logo. You can change the menu that's going to appear in this header area. So this has currently got a user menu. Definitely recommend leaving the user menu on here. This is the menu where people can go into their own account. They can update their own details. So I definitely recommend leaving that user menu there, but you might want to get rid of these other menus because at this point in time, you don't have those other pages. So let's just hide them. Hide them, bring them back later. We might want to get this user menu though and put it on the right. So it's over on the right hand side. Nope. Oh. Go on to the right hand side menu. I'm not sure why it's not doing that. I'll come back and figure that out at a okay, I will have to come back and figure that out why it's not doing that. I should be doing the right thing. Anyway, that'll have to be a thing for another time. I'll have to just play around and figure out why that hasn't done that. There's a button I haven't ticked somewhere, but we're doing minimum viable. So you know what? Because we're doing minimum viable, I'm going to hide it. That will get rid of that for now. I will figure that out and I'll pop that into the next time that we meet and show you how to sort that out. It will just be a setting, and because I'm in doing the rush version, just don't have time to play around. Okay. All right. So login page, easy, done. You can change the background color. Just bear in mind. Actually, no, it will just change this one. So this one, you can change this login area. So you could make the background color. Oh, we don't want to make it orange. I don't have nice colors in here. We're just going to pick something random. So that's going to change the color of your whole page if you want it to. So just for this page. All right. So let's just leave it in blue. And then what you want to do, you can either go down here and these are all your website pages, or we can go back out to pages. Either way, any of the settings that you make to the header and those font and color settings are going to go across every website page. The next one that we want to do is the library. So this is where you can customize the library page. And again, at this point in time, you don't need to go crazy. It's just more that you might want to just make sure that it's kind of close-ish enough, change the image on the top. So you might want to be like, don't know if that image is really working, or I'm not sure if I want this link along here because you may not be using the announcements or the member dashboard. So if that's the case, just click hide. You can change this image and this wording if you choose to, totally up to you. And then you can come in and see what this is the My Course area and what that looks like. So when you click on anything, like I've mentioned a couple of times, anywhere, see where it goes, the little bar around it, this is where you can change the information. So this is under the products area. So you can have this resume there or not. So this will show them what they were last up to. I think that's really handy to have in there, but you might be like, no, I want this super clean, don't want it. You can choose to have a border around the edge of each of the individual parts. So you could put a border around here. You could also choose to put a border around the actual product. And they can choose the thickness of the border. Totally up to you. You can play around with those kinds of things, but I reckon give yourself a time limit. Be like, all right, 15 minutes, that's it. I'm in, I'm out. I'm on minimum viable here. You can also do things in here like change this around so that the appearance is different. So if you want to show your courses not going across like this, but actually in a grid. So it's just a different way of displaying them. So you can customize this and play around with it a little bit. You can play around with, these button colors. So it's going to default to the button color, but you might be like, you know what? No, I want these to be blue, for example. And you might want to instead of saying view product, you might want to say view course or view program. You can choose what you would like that button to say. The button is going to be the same on all of them. This name here on the course is actually going to come through from the product itself. So this is pulling from the product. So if you want to change this, as you might remember in the product video, you go into the edit details area inside your product in order to change the name and also this description. So this information is pulling from your course, and this image is the image that you use for the actual product. So all these three things are in the edit details section once you're inside your product and you are playing around with that. So some things you might be like, oh, I can't change it. So that could be why. But you can change the style of your buttons. You can, if you didn't want them to be round, you could make them square. You can, play around with all those kinds of things, be happy with it. You might be like, oh, I'm not sure about that image, or you might want to change it so it's more in line. I don't think you would do this because this is not that pretty, but the orange, you might want to change it to, oh no, I liked it much better how it was before. So we're going to go back to that. So you can play around and get that how you want. Let's assume we're happy. It's good. I'm like, all right, this is good. We're going to save this. That's it. That's all you need to worry about in your website. Course, like the library, which you can just change to be like my courses or something instead of course library, whatever you would like. You can change these. Now, the other thing in here is this is going to, by default, give a more courses available. It's going to put an offer storefront in there. You might not want that storefront. So you can come in if you don't have any other course, if you've only got the one course, for now, just hide it and come back and add that in later. That's where you can show courses, and you can tick the box to say only show if they don't already own it, which is really helpful. All right. And I'm not sure who's with me saying that I create the best resources, but I'm so glad. You are very welcome. And yes, there is a bit of time. I'm trying to do this one quickly and try and squish everything into one video. So as well, just go and play around with the footer. This is going to also change on all of the website pages as well. So again, just come into here. You can actually just get rid of that for now. Or like one thing that I always find is this Kajabi is by default. Just make sure you put it to this site's called, so I'm going to put my name on this one. So put your own name, your business name, so that it doesn't say copyright Kajabi, and update these social links here, because often I will find that these are left as Kajabi. So just make sure you update them to your own socials. If there's a social that you don't have, maybe you don't have Facebook, just delete it, and the F for Facebook will go away. If you do have any of these others, type it in and it will appear. And then as well, we've got the logo on here. You might be going, oh, I don't want the logo. So you can either go text, or you should just be able to delete this block. So I might just delete it. Although it's gone now. I kind of like that little that little thing. And yeah, if you did have other links, you can add that in as this link list. So then you can choose a menu. And we did briefly look at menus, but we're going to do a whole lesson on navigation. Now, this powered by Kajabi, if you wanted to get rid of this and you're on the growth or the pro plan, you do that in settings. It's just a toggle on or off at the bottom of the site details area. And I forgot to turn that off. I think that's okay. And then, yeah, you can update the colors. This blue bar here is actually this section divider. So if you didn't want that blue, I actually think it looks kind of cool, but I would, if it was me, I'd update it to my colors. All right, so there you go. We've done library, we've done login, we have done the settings, we've done the product. Now it's just a case of doing the offer, minimum viable Kajabi. It's almost there. See, if you're not fussy and you can just do this really quickly, then you could get it done in a few hours. Just a case when you're like, oh, but I want to do this and I want to do that. You can do it really quickly if you're just like, I am just going to smash this out. Okay, so that is done. So we want to now go to sales. So this is where we make the checkout and the offer. Now I am going to look at the checkout that I made yesterday. I did an entire training around offers and checkouts. So I don't want to go into too much detail. I'm just going to kind of do a recap over what I did with that. So new offer, click onto new offer. When you click new offer, it's going to ask for some different settings that you can set up. Any of those you can change anyway, so don't stress about it. So we've got our offer title. This is what the customer will see if they log into their account. This is what they've purchased. You can make a different internal title for you to be able to work it out. We've got pricing on this one. This one is $247 a month. And we set up a $1 first month 30-day trial. If you wanted to change that for multiple payments or recurring, what you've got to do is go, and create a new payment plan. So you can't change the one that you've already got. You just need to create a new payment plan. Set it all up again. Or you might want to go back to, let's go back. I'm going to go back to our $25,000 offer because that seems fun. I joined the program, just $25,000. Bargain, total bargain. Okay, so all right, so we've got that. You can add an image, you don't have to. And if you've got that product set up and you have turned the syllabus off, you can add it in here. If you don't yet have a product because you're like, I am going to do this super bare bones, then just take the product off. Don't have the product in here. In that situation, I would recommend that you create a landing page for a thank you page. So you would need to create a thank you page. You could do it in this section I'm going to show you in a sec, but I just think just because you're not actually giving them like a product to go into with some more information, like there's no kind of tangible thing for them to see, I would just make sure that you are directing someone to a page that's like, yes, you're in, with like what happens now, what's the next step. So that's kind of not a Kajabi thing. I think it's just kind of more of a best practice thing. Okay, so and if you do have the product, then that is where you would include that information. So let's go no product. We're not worrying about an upsell because you're going to add that later. Minimum viable. You can always add upsells and order bumps later. Cart abandonment, up to you if you want to put that on there or not. I think just let's keep it easy. If you have an expiration date, if this offer is going to run out at a certain time or there is limited numbers, then you can go and set those up. And again, go back to the video about offers to go into details with that. I 100% would recommend that you send an email. Someone's just given you money, especially, hey, they just gave you $25,000. Like you might want to send something to be like, yes, awesome, you're in, especially if this is not being delivered immediately. If you're delivering it immediately, then awesome. I mean, either way, I think it's just still good to send a personalized email. So just a little recap, we have gone and used the when offer is purchased, then send email to the person. And yeah, you can just go, congratulations, give them some information, let them go through to, wherever the training information is, anything else that you want to include in that email. If you want to know more about doing that, just check out that offers training from yesterday. Now, before I was mentioning, you might want to do things like send a notification or send to a thank you page. So this is letting someone on yourself or letting someone on your team know, if you do have a 25 grand offer, I think you're probably going to want to get the email that comes through that says, congratulations, someone just purchased your $25,000 offer. So you can be like, yes, an awesome, amazing person just joined my world and we're going to have a great time together. Now, this thank you page here. Now, send the member to a thank you page. This go to a thank you page is the thank you page under website. So if you're going to use this one, then go into your website and update that just the same way that we did with login and library. Otherwise, you can go to a landing page and create a thank you page. There are some options, some simple options in the Kajabi pages where you can do that. Or if there's a product to go through to, just leave it off and they will go straight through to their library. So if you've got the product and they go to their library, so if you're including the product, just tick that off. If you are not, then I would recommend to create a thank you page, just for that user experience, so they don't go, oh, now what? Yep. Okay. So this is the back end of the offer. So that's all done. You've got all your settings done. You can check and make sure that they're all good. I'm going to save. Now the other side is this is creating your checkout, which is kind of like your simple sales page. So this is the very last step in our minimum viable Kajabi. And how long have we been going for? Half an hour. And, you might want to do a few extra things, but I reckon you could totally do this in like, say, 3 hours. If you just went, all right, I'm going to just smash this out and not be too fussy, not worry about, getting everything perfect. Just do it. I think the longest thing that it will take you is writing the copy for the checkout, and then and you can be doing it. Okay, so now we have the last step, which is updating the checkout. So again, if you want to get some more information about the actual different parts, all these things down here, order bumps and service agreement, colors, promo color, etc., look at the video from yesterday and go through that one. But basically what we want to do is turn this into a bit of a sales page. So we are going to go in here. Hopefully I've got some images that it will pick up. Nope, no recent image. I'm just going to pick something random off my computer. Who knows what's going to come up. All right, desktop graphics. Let's see what we've got here. All right, let's pick something random. Let's just pick this. Okay, boring. You'd probably get a better image. You can go and do something in Canva. Pretty simply, you could get a VA to do it for you if you are not super Canva-y. This image here, this size 1280 by 720. If you go to Canva and you create a custom that's 1280 by 720, you can just look through some stock photos and bring a stock photo in, and then maybe just put a couple of words over the top of it or something. Just keep it super simple. That is then going to bring an image in. If you did want to put a banner in here, you can. At the moment, there is the Kajabi banner. So that's going to come back up in a second. If you're like, nah, I don't really want that, then that's okay too. Oh, actually, I don't know if it's going to come back. It might not. We'll find out. It might be because I turned it off. You might need to add one back in because it's not showing. Okay, not going to work. So you have to actually add an image in because I turned it off yesterday. Okay, so then it's just a case of going through and actually just updating this. Like, insert your call to action statement. Say why your product is so good. The main thing when you are selling this is to focus on the benefits that someone gets in. Don't be telling someone that they're going to get 48 video lessons and 14 modules. Tell them how it is going to help them. So let's say that this product is photography for offices. So we would talk about, how being able to take great photos of your office is going to give you an asset that you can sell. It's going to, oh my gosh, I should not try and come up with copywriting at 10 o'clock at night. Okay. So I should I should pick something that I'm more familiar with. All right, so I'm just going to pick something, one of our products, Kajabi 101. So doing Kajabi 101 is going to enable you to feel confident in setting up your Kajabi with step-by-step lessons so you can start selling your product. So, there are over 70 videos and there are 7 modules. You can get started in 7 days or less, but it's going to enable you to make the most of Kajabi and get up and running before your Kajabi trial is up so that you can start selling straight away. So, that's an off the top of my head, some things that you can put in there. And then in the what you'll get section, that's when you can then go into details, especially if there's any bonuses that you are offering as part of that. And then if there's any additional information. If someone has worked with you before and this is a program you have sold before and you've got testimonials and references, add them in here. You can either add them in as an image or you can come into this testimonial area. Again, it's not perfect, but I would strongly encourage you just to use this page. James Wedmore, who does Business by Design, uses stock standard Kajabi checkout pages, and his business is like an 8-figure business. He is in the millions, multi-millions, just using these testimonials. So even though there are ways that you can improve and make it better, this mission is minimum viable Kajabi. So you use the tools as they are and it will be awesome. So you can add in your order bump. If you don't have an order bump, because this is the first offer that you have created, just take it off and it won't be there. That's all optional. So I would not not put this offer out because you don't yet have an order bump. Put this offer out, start selling it. The sooner you put the offer out there, the sooner people will buy it. So go through and, you can have a look at the training on the product and the offer. And yeah, see if you can do a minimum viable Kajabi and just go through those steps. So settings, just going through those couple of things in settings, going through and setting up your product. If you have all your content ready, loading that up and customizing the back end. If you don't have it ready, customize your product and turn the syllabus off. Just put your welcome area there. So when someone enrolls, they'll go through to the product and they'll get that information about when it's starting. Next step is to customize your login and library page, as those are pages that people will see, and then create your offer. Now, the very final thing that you can do once this is all set up and once you've got your copy in here, and you have it set, maybe get someone to check it if you want to even do this and pop it into the Facebook group, pop it in there and ask other people in the group for feedback. I'm happy to jump in and give you some feedback and ideas on how you potentially could improve it. But remember, we're doing fast action. So once you've got that, you get the link. So step one, that's get the link, get some feedback, maybe get, someone who you trust to have a look at it or pop it into the Facebook group. What I would definitely recommend before you release this to the public and you start selling, two options. Option one is you temporarily change the price to $1. What I want you to do is do a live test. I want you to see what happens when someone enrolls, whether you get that email that's supposed to go out. What happens? Do you see the library page or do you see the thank you page? Can you get into the product? Is there a nice sort of streamlined flow of events? So going through and looking at it from that customer perspective is just always incredibly helpful. And if you wanted to, you could do one on desktop and one on mobile just to test it out. So option one is you can change the price to $1. Option two is that you can come into the coupon area. Oops, it's not there anymore. It used to just be here. Now they've moved it over here. So you can come into coupons and create a coupon. And you can call it testing. Look, this is just for you. You're going to delete this after it's finished. And then you can do amount off. So we're going to make it 24999. Oh my gosh, it's not going to let us do it. It's not going to let us do $24,000 off. Okay. All right. Well, you would normally do. I'm going to just show you. So let's just say your product was $997. So you're going to make a coupon for $996. Make sure the currency is the same as the offer. So if it is US dollars and your offer, make your coupon US dollars. Make it once. If it is a membership, you can set it up in there. Just basically you're bringing the cost down to $1. And then you can, I think maybe testing one. I've probably already set that coupon up when I've showed someone how to do this before. So you would need to know the amount off. Now, if you do the percent off, just one thing, the reason I'm doing it to $1 is it needs to be more than $1 for the payment to process. If you do it so it's a percentage, sometimes if it's not enough to make it over $1, it won't work. All right, so we're going to add an offer. I'm just going to pick a random offer here. Oh, hang on, no, that's not going to work. No, there's less. We'll just do it off this and you'll be able to see what happens. It's not going to make it to $1 though, because it didn't like my $24,999 discount. Okay, so we're going to do this. If it was $24,999 off, it would work. So when you go in and you have attached the product to the offer, if you click on discount link, now I would recommend do this in an incognito tab if it doesn't work. It's going to attach the coupon code to the URL and it's going to apply it for you. So you can see that this has given me that discount off. If the discount amount was $24,999, it would say due now $1. And then you can actually go through and check out as if you were checking out, as if you're a student, just like I said. So you can check what this looks like, see it on mobile. You might be like, oh, actually, now that I can see this, I might add another picture and make it look prettier, or I might, add a testimonial or change the wording around, or, do some things like that. And yeah, you can see what it looks like mobile. You can see what it looks like desktop. Go through and actually purchase it. And then that's it. That is your minimum viable Kajabi. You are done. And once you've checked it and tested it, come back in here, just delete the coupon. And then if you delete the coupon, it's also going to, I'm just going to take this off so you can see. So if the coupon was on there, I took it off so it's gone, there would have a little box at the top which says enter coupon code. So if there is no coupon, you don't want to have that on there because someone might be like, oh, there's a coupon, and they're going to go on Google search and try and look up for a coupon. So that's why I just recommend just deleting that when you're finished. But that is it. That is minimum viable Kajabi, your settings, your product, your login and library page, and your offer page that you turn into a mini sales page. I am going to go through pages and look at, a whole lot of other things in detail. But hopefully this training was helpful. Hopefully it's inspired you to be like, you know what, maybe I am going to get something up and running and for sale really quickly. There is 100 more things you can do in Kajabi. That's the beauty of it. There's, I'm still learning new things, and I use this day in and day out, and I'm a complete Kajabi nerd. But to get started, just don't try and learn everything. Just try and do something, get it up for sale, and get that exciting, glorious email saying you've got a new student.